On this adventure, we're hiking through Norway's infamous Dovrefjell National Park on a 5-day wild camping adventure, traversing through its varying terrain on one of our most challenging trips yet. Previously, we tackled Snohetta, the park's highest peak, before finally descending down the mountain with tired legs, thankfully finding a pitch, and ending the night with a stunning sunset as our backdrop. Welcome to part 2, where you join us the morning after on our 3rd day. Look at that for the morning we've got today. As I said yesterday, been really lucky with conditions on this trip. Absolutely perfect. Really nice temperature, only a few clouds in the sky. Oh. And considering the walk we done yesterday, actually not feeling too bad today. Not feeling too tired, legs aren't feeling too bad. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not good in the mornings, but can't beat a nice morning up in the mountains. Love it. Rocks. 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 Ah, rocks. Right, on the road again. And it's just rocks again. Rocks, rocks and more rocks. I don't know why, but I think I convinced myself today it was going to be more of a path. But I think for a while it's just going to be like this. So if you can see down there, the cabin, can't remember what it's called, but that's where we're going to hike down to now. And then once we're there, I think we're just going to chill out for a bit and then figure out our next location. We've got a rough spot that we want to get to. It's a lake a little bit further on, but we're just going to check the map, see how long it'll take for us to get there, and then yeah, probably make a move. But yeah, for now, just going to keep traversing through these pain in the ass rocks. But I tell you what, I'm so happy it isn't raining. Be an absolute nightmare. Might sound like I'm moaning a bit, but don't get me wrong, absolutely loving it. But it wouldn't be wild camping or hiking, would it, without a little bit of adversity, a little bit of misery as well, but mostly good times. Hiking through this section reminded me of a story that I'd heard from one of the old Viking sagas. It tells the tale of Harald or Fairhair, whose name you'll recognise if you're a fan of the show Vikings. According to the sagas, he was the first king of Norway after uniting the country into one singular kingdom. There's a famous myth about Harald which says as a young man he was raised and trained by a giant in Dovrefjell. It's said it's here where Harald was taught the skills of kingship by the giant in his mountain kingdom. After traversing through these tough terrains, I can definitely see how this landscape has contributed to crafting such a tough character. Nearly there. Just see it off into the distance. So not too far now, not too far at all. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's been great just getting onto a normal path. We had to do a few small river crossings, some boggy areas, but I'll take that any day over all those rocks. After making our way down, we used the opportunity to stop off at another one of Dovrefjell's DNT cabins. This one I won't attempt to pronounce, but I will put the name up on the screen for you. This lodge was apparently built in 1922, but it initially existed just as the one small stone building. It was expanded on in 1953 and it now houses 34 beds. As you can see, it's really nice and homely inside, as all the cabins I've seen so far have been. We made some quick food and chilled out for an hour or so. It was so nice knowing that the walk today would be much more forgiving, as long as we could find a pitch anyway. Right, we're on the go again. So just stopped off at that cabin for a little bit, just had a little bit of food and just had a little bit of a chill really, just stayed there for about an hour or so. And then we're back on the way now. It's not too far to get to our location, maybe another hour or so, and we'll get to the lake that we've been looking at, which we're hopefully going to camp by. Give us a few good pictures anyway. There's been a lot of stone hopping today. A lot of sort of river crossings, but it's funny, you become really adept at kind of skipping over stones, and the first day or two you're going over them being a bit cautious and a bit quite slow, but today just absolutely skipping across, floating over. I feel like I've levelled up. I've spent a few skill points. I think we're going to be setting up pretty early today as well. A really long day, wasn't it, yesterday? So we're just going to treat ourselves, pitch up quite early, just chill, probably get in the tent quite early on as well and just put a film on, relax, and then a bit more of a longer day tomorrow. Right, so come a fair distance already today. We camped last night around, I think it was around this area. We've walked down to the cabin, which you might just be able to see in the distance, and then walked up here. Have a look on the little, go ahead, that'd be heavy if that's got spots. We've struck gold once again after not to know whether we'd be able to camp here. Got so lucky. So honestly, when you look at it on the map, it just looks grey, it just looks like rock. All today while we've been walking, we haven't seen a single spot, and then there's loads here. We're going to have a look over there on the little island. Right, so where's camp for night 3? It's night 3, isn't it? Yeah, night 3. Losing track already. Cracking pitch. Great pitch. Just right beside this lake. Made up we managed to get here because we weren't convinced we were going to be able to. But absolutely made up. Brilliant spot. Pegs went in really easy, the ground's fairly flat. A little bit cushioned as well, which is always a bonus. And then off to the background, way off into the distance, is Snohetta and the accompanying ridges. So great views all around. How much money would you need to barefoot Snohetta?
You couldn't do it. You wouldn't make it, would you?
No, I don't think so.
Your feet are just...
No, I reckon it's possible, but it's...
You need to do a lot of training.
Yeah.
A lot of feet all mangled before you do it.
A lot of barefoot training. Yeah, you wouldn't find me doing that, the barefoot stuff. Power to anyone who's doing it, but nah, it's not for me that.
As we walked around camp, I couldn't help but notice the various plants, mushrooms and berries growing out of the coarse ground. Dovrefjell actually has the highest number of mountain plants in Norway. This, along with the various animals that inhabit the land, have contributed towards making the ecosystem here the most intact in all of Norway. As you might have seen though, it's not evenly distributed, with the higher regions being rocky and barren, while the valleys, particularly towards the east, are lush and biodiverse. Although we were high up where it's hard for plant life to really thrive, it was great to see a display of various flora and fungi in the area.
I've just been sitting here for a while now, just looking out over to the lake. Such a peaceful spot, everything's so slow and quiet. Absolutely love this hobby. Just look at the places it takes you. Stunning. On here, Greg.
So, just some Singapore curry noodles. The Chinese supermarket bars. I found out that they're nice in about 5 minutes.
Smells good.
Yeah, just isn't it?
I'm just gonna have one of my meals. This isn't our tea, this is our dinner, but you can have a little tie-dye curry real tea, Matt. Right, tie-dye's ready. And the real tea Matt's have been a belter so far, so got high expectations here.
Doesn't look promising, that.
Do you know what, right, that's nice. It doesn't taste anything like a tie-dye curry.
No.
To the point where I'm wondering whether I've even done the right one. Do you know what, it's nice, it's really tasty. But it's not a Thai red. Taste that.
Yeah, they don't know what a Thai red curry is, though.
No, it's absolutely nothing like it. It's tasty, but I wouldn't even know how to describe it.
No, I wouldn't.
It's hard one to score that. Like in terms of taste, you maybe put it at a 6, but the fact it doesn't taste like what it's supposed to be, you've got to knock it down at least a point. 5, straight down the middle. Do better.
After dinner, we had a really nice chilled evening, which was well deserved after the efforts the day before. And I do feel like this is an important aspect on trips like this, you know, to really manage your energy levels and to know when to hold back a little bit. It's also the perfect opportunity to stop and look around without always being on the move. As it always is when camping, food was quickly back on the agenda. We tucked into our tea with the sun slowly descending on the horizon as the perfect backdrop of the evening.
Admittedly, I haven't got a clue about geology, but it's something I've been becoming increasingly more interested in, and I'd love to learn a lot more about it. So I was doing a little bit of reading up on this place before I got here, and in geological terms, Dovrefjell is a residual massif. And that just means it's essentially a massive rock which has just stayed in place as the surroundings have eroded. So apparently back in the day, this Jotunheimen, amongst other places in southern Norway, were essentially part of a flat surface across Norway. Then over time it's just eroded and morphed. And it just baffles me trying to think about that. I just can't quite comprehend the amount of time that would take and what that would look like. I'd love to see a sort of, you know, a time lapse, just to see it all change and morph over time. It's just amazing, isn't it?
This was such a quiet and peaceful evening. Before retiring for the night, I spent some time again taking in the now pastel coloured scene, while watching the lake for surfers and brown trout and listening to the water gently lap onto the rocky shore.
Nice day 4. Was awake. I'm not feeling fresh this morning. As soon as I wake up, I could just feel all the aches and pains in my body. The last few days have taken its toll. We're in for a pretty long one today as well. It's going to be a fair old walk. It's 20 to 9 now. We said we want to be on the march again by... What time did you say, Greg? About 10:30?
10? No,
Oh,
10.
10? 11, weren't it?
No.
11:30?
Yeah, we whenever we are, it's
12? Go ahead, 12.
10.
Oh, give us strength. Give us strength. How many kilometres did you say?
Well,
How many kilometres did you say?
do you want to know?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Trust me, you don't.
Sound.
Don't ask questions, you know the answer to them.
Sound. It's cloudy out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bit foggy. Plan for now is get some brekkie on. I'm just gonna stay in my tent for this one, not getting out to make it now. Wind's picking up out there. We just felt a little bit of rain start as well, only really light. Hopefully that's not going to pick up. I don't think it will, but Who knows? So today I'm on real termas. Blah blah. It's muesli with blueberries and vanilla. And as always, to accompany that, just got a green tea. Oh, I love a green tea. No, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Oh, I hate myself. I could just sit here all day, happily not move a muscle, just sit in my tent, looking out to that. But no, we've got a big trek to do, haven't we? We've got a long day ahead of us.
21 kilometres to do that.
Is it actually 21?
Yeah.
Right, we are back at it. I'll never guess what the terrain's like today. Yeah. Leg over there. Like I said yesterday or the other day as well, these wayfinder markers, absolutely brilliant. It's a really, really good system. Hold on, Greg's seen something here.
We found some rocks. So when you come over here, you just see a magnificent landscape of rocks.
Wow,
All rocks.
look at that.
Never see any more rocks today. I'm going to smash one over here.
Oh, right, so if you look over yonder, that's where we need to head. I think this path is just going to skirt around the right of these lakes, and then we'll just head into that little divot, that little saddle in the land. And the sky's looking a lot clearer over there. I've just been saying it's clear over there, and then right on top of us just a big grey cloud. But saying the rain's not been too bad, and if this is the worst weather that we get for the whole trip, then absolutely no issues. Actually enjoying it, to be honest. Get out the sun for a bit.
Yeah, we were getting frazzled by that sun.
Right, we just stopped off to have a little bit to eat. Nice little spot as well. Not bad at all, that. But we'll probably be here for about half an hour, so we thought what we'll do, we'll just quickly and loosely set the tents up. They got soaking this morning when we were packing up, so we thought set them up, give them a little bit of time to dry off. Lovely little spot. These lakes you've been going past today are stunning. Went past a few little fishing huts as well. Get on this cute little cabin we found. Right, so just show you in here. Tiny little door. Got a crouch to get in. Oh, and I won't go in because I've got my boots on. You're supposed to take them off, but there you go. Nice little stove there for the fire. And round the back of the building, and round the back of the building is just logs stacked high. And then you got a few bunks there. Little table, little bench seat, a few books. It's a cracking one, that. Be great to spend a few nights in there. So next I'll take you on a little tour of the outhouse. Nah, only messing. It's rough in there. Bare bones outhouse. And I know from experience.
This part of the trek was another high point for me. It was such an aesthetically pleasing area, and it was a nice change spending the day alongside these rich blue bodies of water glistening in the sun, each one revealing itself as we reached the end of the previous, getting lower and lower in elevation each time. I'll probably say this was my favourite hiking section of the whole trip. I thought for a sec we had to go straight down there, but we just need to follow this along that way. I don't know if you can see the way you finding marks in the background. These lakes are just absolutely breathtaking. Just the colour of the water, that deep blue. Can't get enough of that. After a while, the greys of the landscape that we'd grown so used to over the last few days had turned into luscious greens as we dropped into the valley, giving us a taste of Dovrefjell's other personality.
Looks like hopefully we've broken through that really rocky, barren landscape, and then down there, that's exactly what we were hoping for. Nice to see a little bit of greenery, and the path doesn't look too bad at all. Hoping that just continues on right down into the valley, but we've still got, what was it, Greg, 7.5?
Yeah, 7.8 kilometres left.
7.8 kilometres left, so there's still a fair way to go. And we're on, it's 5:05 now. Apparently it's 2 hours of walking non-stop, so we're thinking it'll probably be about 7:30, 8ish by the time we get to camp. But to be honest, I'm not too worried. We'll still have light. As long as the path's alright and there's no more rocks, I'm happy as Larry.
After a real shift, we soon found ourselves coming closer to civilization. A lot quicker than planned, to be honest, which certainly had its challenges when it comes to finding a suitable pitch for the night.
We've been walking for hours, haven't filmed anything for a while, just trying to find somewhere to camp. It's a bit tricky because we're getting closer now to like civilization. So it's just trying to find somewhere for the night at this point. Oh, right. So I haven't spoken to you for a couple of hours, unless one of me numerous botched attempts has somehow made it into the cliff. We've had an absolute nightmare here. We're absolutely knackered, we're starving, and we've been walking around for hours trying to find a pitch, but we can't find anywhere. Well, we thought we found somewhere, but then it was a bit too, the ground weren't great, so we moved to somewhere else. But right, finally. But it was a little bit boggy, a little bit marshy, which to be honest would have been absolutely fine until Greg checked the weather, and apparently it's meant to rain from midnight onwards. It just wasn't a viable option in the end. We just would have been, the tents would have just been sinking into the ground. We just ended up camping towards the cabin. I don't know if you'll see it, it's just in the background there. Just been hiking uphill onto this dirt road. You can probably tell I'm absolutely done in here. Can't even speak properly. and we might have just found somewhere. Right, sorted. We found somewhere. Can't express how much of an ordeal that was. Me and Greg been losing the plot.
Can't even think properly, can you?
Honestly, can't think properly. Been walking that long. Body's absolutely killing, feet are killing, shoulders are killing. Oh yeah, can't wait. Hotel bed tomorrow. Just can't express how good it is to be pitched up though. Absolute carnage. I'm gonna have this, I'm getting in my tent, and I'm putting the Last Kingdom on. I'll be a happy man. Right, so that's the end to what's been a really, really long but memorable day. Despite the trouble we had at the end of the day trying to find a pitch, I think that's been one of my favourite days hiking of all time. Those lakes we were walking past, just on the rocks, were just breathtaking, unbelievable. And I think today we've seen the two sides to Dovrefjell that I was speaking about. You know, we've seen those really barren landscapes that we've seen the past few days, and then as we dropped deeper into the valley we got to see that really lush you know, biodiverse environment. Even when we were losing our minds trying to find a pitch, you know, it's camps like that you're going to remember, I think. And at the end of the day, when stuff like that happens, you've just got to, one, get on with it and just try and have a laugh about it, which isn't always easy. Like, there was a couple low moments in there, but you've just got to get over it, haven't you? You'll always sort something in the end. Right, good morning everyone. So we're up, it's just gone 20 past 9, and I'll be honest, motivation is at an all-time low. Bodies are aching from yesterday and you can probably hear the rain outside, and that's not meant to be letting up anytime soon, so it's not going to be a case of waiting it out. It's going to be on all day, so we're going to be packing up in the rain, which is always fun, isn't it? But you know what, I'll take it. Like I've said, we've been so lucky on this trip in terms of the conditions and the weather. It easily could have been like this or worse for the whole trip, so you know, I'll take that. And the good thing is it's only a short walk today. I think it's only about 2 hours or so to get down to the town we need to get to.
We set off on our final day with mixed emotions. While we were looking forward to the luxuries of a nice warm shower, a comfy bed and some proper food, we were also sad to be leaving such an amazing place. I always find this is the case when it comes to these multi-day trips, particularly when somewhere like Norway, knowing it's going to be at least a year or so until we can get back here. We descended down the misty mountain roads surrounded by tall conifer trees, winding our way down to the valley floor with shaky legs. Looking back on this adventure, it certainly won't be one that I forget. Of course because of the unreal scenery, but also because of those physically and mentally challenging moments. We really pushed ourselves on this one, but I do feel like we got the balance right, still taking time to stop and enjoy the moment. This trip has just really reinforced our love for Norway. We've already begun planning our next adventure here, and I already can't wait to be back. If you've enjoyed this video, please do consider liking and subscribing. It massively contributes to the growth of the channel, and it'll keep you updated on any of our future adventures. Also, drop us a comment. It'd be great to know about some of your wild camping travels, and let us know which location is on your bucket list. Thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one.